Hey, I'm about to get on what's it called? I feel like
About to get on what? Oh, Recon? Yeah, I had to give me a second. I'm about to play Killer Jam in the league, man. Why would I do that, dog? I'm trying to repeat, nigga. Nah, I got 5 wins, man. You tripping. Yeah. Yeah, I was 3-3, but I won the last 2. Yeah, I won the last 2. Nah, I ain't trying to sabotage, man. I just won the championship. I ain't trying to sabotage shit. Cause them niggas was trash. I told you them niggas was trash. Yeah, them niggas is trash, dog. Yeah, barely.
barely.
Nah, I ain't cheating. And they got Julio Jones on the team. Nah, I don't cheat.
Mike.
Yes, sir.
Why you shut that loud?
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and their inner-city rivals, the New York Jets. Here's Khalif Raymond to return. Solid return, pretty good field position.
I mean, because that's what you was.
The 32-yard line.
Look at it. That's what you was, my nigga. Paprika. Nigga said a nigga put paprika in that bit.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Laletta. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. A first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley, and he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
You know, again, they need to remake that should be far. You might Gate on them about that. Mike, you don't know nobody either. Start off.
Forced out to his left. Bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands.
Oh, yeah, that was that shit.
Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand.
Smash
Put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
Oh, he talking Mario go-kart?
So following the fumble recovery,
You said Donkey Kong, nigga. Ain't nobody else had Donkey Kong in them except those two
TJ
games.
Green with a pick. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because
You didn't just say Smash Brothers, nigga. That's some game called.
"Quote unquote" go away, and that means your defense.
Wait, say it again.
All right, don't tell Dr. Know-It-All shit. Let him look it up. Go look the shit up.
And then no one plays well.
Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic
that game
number. 20 points scored gives yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so.
I could never get into that shit.
Lauletta from the 50. They'll send the screen to Barkley. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He lost 2 there. And it's 3rd down. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. TJ Green with a pick.
I'm fucking
These
done.
guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
It's the hell, boy. Nah, what's up?
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
Oh, I be doing that shit now too. And behind the ball dribble shit.
The handoff to Barkley. Oh, he's got a little daylight. They're spinning now. Breaks the tackle now with Alley. Past the 20. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Giants are going to take a 1st quarter lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away.
Wondering
where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them.
Especially when you gotta go back. You know, you go to the armory and they got like those guns that you can
Rosas
unlock.
now to kick this one away. And And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone
yeah,
for a touchback.
Those guys don't even be strong.
The Jets set to take the field.
I know, it's been a miserable start for them offensively.
Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of
they do
humor,
give you guns in certain classes that ain't been there before. So I take them for that. But I ain't buying the same gun for the same class, my nigga.
It's going to take to get the message. It has to be done.
Yeah, but some of them guns is like the
Darnold gonna lead the
what that shit you play with, Gabe?
Alright, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90!
Nah, not the P90, dog.
There they begin the drive with Abdullah. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That nigga who got this, he ain't a scout. Yeah, it's a scout, ain't
The
it?
last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation
That
was
gun,
still also by the defense.
You can get his gun now. On like, I can't remember what class it is.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. The second down run for Abdullah. And now running right through it. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Detroit!
They gave the medic that PP-19.
It's like
Now it's Darnold. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Flowers. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11,
like he got a water bottle.
The big guy catches the ball back.
Yeah, that's
Oftentimes, it's quite a surprise to guys
nah, it ain't got 100 rounds. It got like 30.
It often works when they
Yeah, it ain't got 100 rounds.
it's a submachine, ain't it?
Yeah, it's a submachine.
Yeah, it's called a Bison.
Yeah, that shit just shoot fast. Almost like the P90.
On first down, Abdullah. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be
Fuck you, damn fullback, folks. Yeah, how the fuck, nigga? What the fuck on?
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. To throw is Darnold. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Hot! Gun! 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 Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Gun! 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 Hot!
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Losing 9 yards there. And it also brings up 4th.
This nigga made a tackle through it, motherfucking block, dog.
That's that bullshit. I'm inside the building. I'm in the building. Ain't nobody even in there. He shot with one shot. I didn't even lose no help.
This one's away.
He didn't get a headshot. How the
Hell
fuck?
nah.
Call it 13 yards. And it'll be football first and 10. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting room. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today. So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Man, you just got the fuck on.
Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let this go deep.
How you ain't win a game, nigga? This is a game. How you ain't win a game?
This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. We documented it last week. They played so well defensively. 4 interceptions. Tried to get their hands on another one there.
You are just itching.
Right, we no damn 300.
Nigga, I ain't tight, nigga.
I ain't 300.
What's going on with this defensive unit? They are around the ball every time it's being put in the air.
Gone, 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 gone.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line. They get 5 out of that one.
No, you ass need some fucking Adderall, my nigga.
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yards that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
That's how they be playing.
I'm tired of your ass playing like you finna this a war for real, nigga. This ain't just a damn game. It's a game.
Lucky 56.
Game.
Lucky 56.
Nah. We're tired of niggas blow blood vessels in the damn
Underneath to his running back, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with a football here as we begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a 1st down. From the gun, here's Loretta. Open man right side is Ingram. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Following the fumble recovery, Loretta. Over the middle, complete. That's Lynch. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Well, a big play like that looks familiar, doesn't it? Like we saw it a week ago, reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Nothing wrong with being explosive. Nothing wrong with being electric. Nothing wrong with carrying it over from the previous week. Off to a really hot start.
First trip to the red zone for the Giants. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Now it's Lauletta. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. What about the defense there? Swarming to it and not allowing that to happen. Did not let him get downfield.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Lauletta. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat. Complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one.
And this is going to be intercepted. Darren Lee picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Darnold. And for the 3rd time here this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this 1st half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Here's Lauletta after the interception. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Jets have recovered. A lot of times we talk about being opportunistic as a defense as a whole. Right now it's becoming just one guy on this defense.
And he is doing such a fantastic job because everyone emphasizes taking the ball away, going after the football. But some people just have a special knack for it. He forced 2 fumbles last week, and there he forces another one in this game.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. To throw on 2nd down is Darnold. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there at 22. On 1st and 10, Darnold. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this 1st half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
On 2nd and 10, Darnold. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And who's got it? The Giants. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost.
Fuck, this nigga ran this wide-ass route.
Practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand. Oh, I get it. 2-hand monster. Both hands on the football, taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
Watch him now, Barney.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here's Lawletta now on second.
Hit it with the two-piece.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. The Giants on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. This is Williams. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 4th down. And the Giants send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrated. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt they were in striking distance, and come away with nothing. Not a good feeling at all.
It can't be a block in the back, man.
Now can they get that taste out of their mouth?
I'm right in front of you.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
I'm going to front you to the left.
Following the penalty, Abdullah. And some room to maneuver. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Crowell. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Goddamn, like, ugh, goddamn.
2 minutes to play here in the first.
You know what you said? I couldn't make it out the way you said it. I apologize. I mean, okay, I apologize. You just like this motherfucking poke, goddamn. You see how that sound? You see how that sound? That's how it sounded, my nigga. You said that goddamn poke, goddamn. Like, shit.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
Goddamn right. Goddamn.
You know, that shit could go either way.
Spot to make the play.
So many times we look at a
He
short
grabbed you
line
like
and
this.
praise the offense.
Like this, you know.
Defensive guys, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run good enough. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
I'm just, you know, I'm trying to make sure I understand what he's saying. Damn.
Darnold.
The fuck? I wasn't doing that.
This team is not going to make it easy for you.
Oh, shit.
They came in, made the contact.
I'm sorry. I was just trying to make sure we was on the same page, my nigga. You ain't got to be mad at me.
He steps into this one, and this.
I don't want to be agreeing with you if you talk, you thinking of the way this shit.
Here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground.
About,
Now it'll be interesting to see what the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Man, bro.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. 52 yards.
Wow, shit. This is fuck. That's
It kind of was like that. It did kind of sound
changes things. Now from all the way down inside the 30. Here's first and 10. Here's a give to Barkley. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal. They'll try and run forward Barkley. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 3 on the game there, 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
Yeah, alright, yeah. I ain't playing the league game, shit. We gotta let her have the play.
Not time enough for a play and then a timeout, you wouldn't think. So with 4 seconds left, they're going for it. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Jets have recovered.
He changed it? Yeah.
Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman. Ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
You got another half to play, man. I don't know what ball is doing.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5.
That shit all everywhere but the right place.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with a game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Second down and 10, Darnold. Eluding the pressure right. And he slings one that's incomplete. J.J. Nelson, the intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for New York. And he puts a little something extra into this one, by far his best of the night. This is fielded at the 7. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Play fake here on first down. His throw incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock Galvin away and bring up second down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Watching now, Barney.
Running left, it's Barkley. They find some open field here. There he goes left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. You know, the man on our cover, John Madden, so synonymous with these Thanksgiving Day games. He was on TV for these from, I think, 81 to 01, giving out the Turkey Leg Award and turducken he always talked about. Special when you got a guy going off like this. I think he would be a good recipient of the Turkey Leg Award.
Well, he's definitely already worked on that leg. Is it possible he could end up getting the whole turkey?
Yeah, give him a thigh,
or the
too.
whole turducken. And it's really great that you mentioned Coach Madden, because everyone knows him from this. Everyone knows him from the broadcast booth. Remember, he won a Super Bowl as a head coach in Oakland.
Yep, he did indeed. But right now, we are watching maybe one of those turkey leg performances with his 2nd touchdown there. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. The tackle by Janoris Jenkins.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Watching now, Barney.
On 2nd down, Darnold. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away, because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, you still woke?
3rd and long, it's Darnold. And the pressure gets to him again. Mario Edwards in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over. I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt return,
making a nigga stop moving, man.
Scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it. Somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Lawletta on 1st down. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 24 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to it. Now Saquon Barkley. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. On 2nd down, here's Lawletta. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Lynch. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Give him 30 yards there. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
From the red zone now, Lawletta. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. As his guys are in for 6. And the Giants add on to their lead. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes the score 21-0. Rosas now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. Look at the spin. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now out come the Jets. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They begin with a run by Crowell. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Watch you now, Barney!
They'll run again. This time it's a Dula. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Nigga running his route like that, man.
In there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Here's Lachlan Edwards now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. So dangerous with a football in his hands. Call that a return of 38. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now.
Green 39! Green 39!
On 1st and 10, Lauletta. And Jones has it over the middle. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one goes for 36 yards. Back in the first quarter, you said it, they need to avoid the big play, but he just got a big one right there.
You can't relax. You know, we talked about in the first quarter, but as the game progresses, still opportunities, and he took advantage of one there.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
Lauletta looking for a 1st down throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The lone second remains now in this third quarter.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's got some space here. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that, because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Again, it's Barkley. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
So what?
He's gonna die. This is some scared. Oh, yeah, scared.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. Here it's 3rd and 2.
When you saw him come into there.
Here's Darnold. Open man, there is Patterson, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Jet 1st down.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken out the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Oh,
there,
my
2nd
God,
down.
boy.
And this defense
Okay,
continues to give them fits. They just can't get really
boy.
anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all
I'm running
game
behind my
against the
offensive
run.
line.
We just saw another example of
right
it.
at us.
The rush
This nigga
defense
turned
down
around
on
the
first
other
down.
fucking way.
Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
I thought the nigga was finna make the block. That nigga cut it on my ass.
Over the middle, complete. It's Nelson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Jet
Oh, my God,
They get another first.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do
This
anything.
nigga really ran the other way on me, dog. I'm thinking this nigga finna make the block.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Coming up to the line, they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. A handoff to Abdullah.
Hell, y'all ain't gonna make no blocks.
Down to the 32. Credit him with a 1-yard gain
It's
there
a
to make it 2nd
4-3
and
and the
9.
nigga's ear getting loose.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Watch him now, Barney!
Darnold down to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Nelson. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaking up on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Hunter in the game? Recon or 2K?
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now a give. This is Abdullah. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Bruh, I've been winning without dying or getting no fucking kill.
Now Darnold. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. They begin with a run by Barkley. A very good move, but for a short gain out near the 32. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Is he cool, like cool, or like cool?
The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the top column, too.
So for the Giants, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Jets, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they will be at home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Yeah.